Here's a fact that might surprise you. Our neighborhoods, the places we call home, are not as connected as we might think. We often imagine that living close together means we're part of a tight-knit community. But the reality is far different for most of us. In fact, most people don't even know their neighbors' names. Think about it. When was the last time you stopped to introduce yourself to someone new on your street, or even exchanged more than a quick hello? Studies show that less than 20% of us regularly spend time with the folks next door. That means 4 out of 5 people rarely, if ever, share a meal, a conversation, or even a cup of coffee with their neighbors. We live side by side, but act like strangers, waving from our cars, nodding at the mailbox, and then disappearing inside. Our interactions are often limited to polite gestures, never really breaking the surface. We're more connected to the world online than ever before, but ironically, we're more disconnected from the people right outside our doors. Social media keeps us updated on distant friends, but we barely know the people living just a few feet away. Real community isn't built on fences and closed garage doors. It's built on simple hellos, shared smiles, and looking out for each other. It's about lending a hand, sharing a laugh, and being present in each other's lives. When was the last time you had a real conversation with your neighbor? Not just a wave or a nod, but a genuine exchange about life, family, or even the weather. By keeping to ourselves, we're missing out on so much. Support in tough times, friendship that brightens our days, and the simple joy of belonging to something bigger than ourselves. We know what celebrities eat for breakfast, but not if the elderly lady down the street needs help with her groceries, or if the single parent next door could use a hand. It's time to tear down some fences and build bridges, starting with a simple hello, a friendly gesture, or an invitation to chat. We were made for connection, for community. When we come together, we create a sense of safety, warmth, and belonging that no amount of online followers can replace. Let's get back to being neighbors. Let's open our doors, our hearts, and rediscover the power of real, face-to-face connection, right here, where we live. Why are we all hiding out at home? It's not just one thing, it's exhaustion, awkwardness, convenience, and a little bit of fear. After a long day, it's easier to recharge alone than risk awkward small talk. Our homes are entertainment bubbles. Food, movies, shopping, all at our fingertips. The world can feel scary, so we stick to ourselves, building walls that keep out both the bad and the good. But those walls also block out new friends and experiences. We've made being alone so easy, we forget how good it feels to be together. It's time to let some of that good stuff back in. So, how do we fix this? How do we take a group of people who barely know each other and turn them into a real, connected community? The answer might be simpler than you think, and it doesn't require fancy technology or complicated plans. The answer is simple: food and fitness. These two things are at the heart of every thriving community, and they're accessible to everyone, no matter your age or background. Cooking and moving, two things everyone does, are the secret weapons for bringing people together. When you invite someone to cook a meal or join you for a walk, you're inviting them to share a piece of your life. Forget boring meetings. Hands-on events like cooking classes or group walks create real connections. These activities break the ice and give people something to do together, making it easier to open up and get to know each other. Sharing a meal isn't just about eating, it's about sharing stories and building bonds. Around the table, people laugh, reminisce, and discover what they have in common. A neighborhood potluck or a barbecue breaks down walls faster than any speech. When everyone brings a dish, it's not just about the food, it's about sharing a part of yourself and learning about others. Fitness works the same way. Moving together, whether it's a jog, a dance class, or a simple walk, creates a sense of teamwork and accomplishment. Join a walking group or yoga class, and suddenly you're not just exercising, you're making friends. You're supporting each other, celebrating progress, and building trust. These activities turn strangers into teammates, and teammates into friends. You start to look out for each other, encourage each other, and celebrate each other's successes. You laugh, you learn, you cheer each other on. The energy is contagious, and soon everyone feels like they belong. It's not about small talk, it's about shared experiences. These moments create memories that last, and friendships that grow stronger with every event. Before you know it, you're looking forward to seeing these people every week. The group becomes a highlight in your routine, something you genuinely enjoy. Food and fitness, simple, powerful, and fun. They're the building blocks of a happier, healthier, and more connected community. That's how you build a real community. Let's get cooking and moving together. Because when we share meals and move as one, we create bonds that last a lifetime. Picture this: a dozen strangers in a community center, awkwardly holding spatulas. Sarah, new in town, struggles with her dough. Mr. Henderson, a retiree, shows her a trick he learned from his wife. David, the college kid, covers himself in flour and everyone laughs. Suddenly, they're not strangers. They're a team, learning and laughing together. By the end, they're swapping numbers and making plans. That one cooking class plants the seed for real relationships. Next time Sarah sees Mr. Henderson, she stops to chat. David asks Sarah about her pasta at the store. A single event turns a group of strangers into neighbors. That's the power of a shared kitchen. The connection doesn't end when the class does, it grows. Real neighborhoods start with moments like these. All it takes is a little flour and water. Now let's talk fitness. Not just the kind that gets your heart pumping, but the kind that brings people together, out in the open, under the sky. There's something special about moving as a group, feeling the energy of others, sharing a common goal, and knowing you're not alone on your journey. Imagine a Saturday morning walking club in the park. The sun is just rising, the air is crisp, and the city is still waking up. People gather, some with headphones, others with coffee in hand, all ready to start the day together. At first, it's all polite nods and stiff conversation. Maybe a quick hello, a shy smile, or a glance at the ground. Everyone's a little unsure, but everyone showed up. But as you walk, the talk flows about work, family, even football. The rhythm of footsteps makes it easier to open up. Stories are shared, laughter bubbles up, and suddenly the group feels a little less like strangers and a little more like friends. You find common ground, and soon you're more than just walking buddies. You're cheering each other on, swapping tips about the best running shoes, and making plans for next week's walk. These groups become a support system. When someone's struggling, there's always a word of encouragement or a helping hand. You push each other to go a little farther, to try a little harder, and to keep coming back. If you skip a week, they notice. And you show up because you belong. There's accountability, but also genuine care. It's not just about missing a workout, it's about missing your people. It's not just about exercise, it's about the 5 minutes of catching up before and the coffee after. Those little moments matter, the quick check-ins, the shared jokes, the feeling that someone's happy to see you. That's where real friendships form. Over time, these post-walk coffees and casual chats turn into deeper connections. You start to look forward to the company as much as the exercise. You celebrate birthdays, support each other, and share life's ups and downs. The group becomes a little family, showing up for each other in ways that go far beyond fitness. A simple walk grows into a community. What started as a way to get moving becomes a reason to connect, to belong, and to care. You get healthier, sure, but you also get happier. The benefits go beyond the physical. They reach into your heart and your sense of belonging. It all starts with showing up and moving together. One step at a time, you build something bigger than yourself. Fitness isn't just about the body, it's about building connections. It's about finding your people, your place, and your purpose. And that's what makes a neighborhood thrive. A community that sweats, laughs, and grows together, one walk at a time. Meet James, a retired widower. Lonely and quiet, he joined a walking group just to please his doctor. At first, he barely spoke, but when someone mentioned tomatoes, James lit up. He was a master gardener. Suddenly, he was sharing tips, making friends, and feeling useful again. Then there's Lisa, new in town and working from home. She felt isolated until she tried a yoga class. Nervous and unsteady, she found kindness instead of judgment. Soon, she had friends, coffee dates, and a reason to leave the house. These events aren't just about fitness, they're about finding your people. For James and Lisa, a simple group changed everything. They found community, purpose, and belonging. That's the real power of coming together. It's not about the activity, it's about the connection. These stories happen every day, in every town. You could be next. These events do more than connect you. They build confidence. Walk into a cooking class thinking you can't boil water, and walk out having made a delicious meal. That little victory is powerful. It spills over into the rest of your life. You start to believe you can do more, try more, be more. Maybe you speak up at work, start a project, or introduce yourself to a neighbor. The same goes for fitness. At first you struggle to keep up, but stick with it and soon you're leading the pack. You feel stronger, healthier, and proud of what you've accomplished. That confidence is earned one step, or one recipe, at a time. It's not just about food or fitness, it's about seeing yourself in a new light. And that changes everything. All it takes is showing up and trying. Here's the magic. These connections don't stay in the group. They ripple through the whole community. When neighbors know each other, they look out for each other. The street feels safer, friendlier, and more alive. People take pride in their neighborhood, organize cleanups, and support local businesses. That walking group grabbing coffee, they're boosting the local cafe. The cooking class supporting the farmer's market. A connected community is a happier, healthier, and more prosperous place. The vibe changes. More smiles, more waves, more laughter. It becomes a place where people want to live, not just sleep. The energy is contagious. Others want to join in. It all starts with a few simple, local events. The good stuff spreads, one connection at a time. Be part of the ripple. So, what's the takeaway? It's time to get involved. The cure for lonely streets is right in your community. At the park, the community center, or the local cafe. The first step? Just show up. Everyone was new once, and everyone's a little nervous at first. Check out what's happening in your town. A yoga class, a book club, a potluck. Try something new. The worst that happens? You spend an hour learning. The best? You change your life. And if nothing's happening, start something yourself. Invite neighbors for a walk or a meal. Start small. You'll be surprised who joins. You have the power to transform your life and your community. It starts with one step, one hello, one event. Don't wait. Be the pebble that starts the ripple. Get involved, get connected, and watch your world change.